Liam, what's going on here? House prices have come down a little bit, but they went up by a lot in the previous couple of years, so perhaps we're not better off.
Barry, what about Nigel, Roger and Alan? We need some Allans.
This is going to interrupt every single interview we do for next hour.
Until quite recently, Liam was actually the most popular boy's name, which is unbelievable in 2018,
I do like the name
2019.
Liam.
It's a good name.
Because when I was a kid, there were hardly any Liams. I mean, there was Liam Brady when he was playing for Arsenal. But
Liam Gallagher?
Yeah, but that was a bit later.
Oh, right.
Are you saying you're older than Liam Gallagher?
I'm about the same age. And actually, we're from the same little hamlet in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A place called Cullion.
Very nice.
Between Charlestown and Swinford, County Mayo. People are from there too. We're probably related as well.
Well, talking about rare names, let's go to... I'm trying to make an awkward segue here to how rare houses are, because we're about 4 million behind equivalent countries in continental Europe. Not the best one I've ever done, no. But house prices have ticked down a little bit.
They have. Now, you know, ordinarily, house prices are falling. Oh, my God, that's absolutely terrible for Middle England and so on. But, of course, for your generation, Ellie and Tom, you like the fact that house prices are falling because it means you might have more of a chance of buying a house. So let's have a look at this. So you get all kinds of house price indices from the estate agents, from Rightmove, from Purple Bricks and all the rest of it. But they tend to be offer prices, and offer prices often aren't met in reality. So when the likes of the Halifax, who actually base their house price indices on mortgages awarded, so deals that have actually been done, then you've got to pin back your ears. So let's have a look at our graphic here. House prices, as you say, Ellie, they are down 2.6% on June 2022. That's the third successive monthly fall and the biggest fall since 2011. So that's that 12-year biggest fall. The typical UK home now costs $285,932. Though, Tom, you are thinking, if you are not saying, that wouldn't buy you, a studio flat in the areas of London where you might want to live, right? Now, the average 2-year fixed-rate mortgage, this is why house prices are going down, because just a couple of years ago, people were getting a 2-year fix for 1 or 2%. The average 2-year fix now is 6.54%. That's why house prices are coming down, because people can't afford to borrow enough money to fund bigger offers. So when the mortgage rates go up, people can afford to offer less, therefore house prices come down.
But we're talking about falling from an incredibly high historic level. I mean, we saw double-digit increases in house prices in the wake of COVID.
Yeah.
This is not making up for that. This
is not making up for that. House prices go up a lot, and then occasionally when they go down a little bit, we jump up and down about it. So it's a kind of sore edge. There's a constant upward trend compared to earnings. House prices have doubled in the last 15 years and earnings have gone up by like 25 or 30%. So there you see unaffordability reigns, locking, your generation out of home ownership. 25 to 34-year-olds, 62% of them owned their own home in the early 90s. It's now less than 30%. So more than half of a whole generation at childbearing age, family forming age, household forming age are locked out of home ownership.
And that's so important. People, I think everyone wants to be able to form families, have spare bedrooms, have children, sort of create that sort of basis for the unit of society, and we're not being able to do that.
This is messing with our demography. When I wrote a book on this a couple of years ago, I managed to pull together this calculation that back in the early 90s, average childbearing age, like first kid, right, was 28 years old. So a mum was 28-year-old on average when she had her first kid. That was in the 1990s. And at that point, that share of 28-year-olds, only 10% were in rented accommodation, right? Wow. The average age has gone up 1 year to 29% with mums having their first kids. And 40% of that cohort are now in rented accommodation. And
that's almost a halving of the level that are in houses that they own.
That's right. So you've now got a situation where so many young people I know in the GB newsroom, so many young people I know who are, friends with my kids who are in their early 20s, so many people who write to me, stop me on the street. Youngsters just can't afford to buy homes, even if they're in professional jobs, even if there are two of them getting together. It's really, really tough. And that's the main reason, I'm afraid, why your generation, Tom and Ellie, are going to be the first for hundreds of years that are less well off than their parents.
Well, on that happy note
to end
at least I'm being honest.
No, absolutely no.
Right.
Really...
Always on the money, Liam Halligan. Thank you very much. Thank you.